It is with sadness that I report that President Biden has decided not to run for a second term. He is currently resting at his home, taking care of himself. He was diagnosed with COVID. COVID was, of course, the illness that struck the virus, came to the United States end of 2019 through 2020. That's when it really started and hit during the term of Trump, and it was devastating. It was poorly handled, and many thousands of people died. We were overwhelmed, and there was lots of fake medical information, and the medical system was quieted. They were unable to speak under government rules. It was a terrible time. And now, here in 2024, President Biden has COVID-19, according to him. And he is resting. He has had a cough, which he has had for a few weeks. And his voice, he's not terribly loud anyway, normally, when he speaks, but his voice has been more quiet than usual during his speeches. I think all the people clamoring for him to not run for a second term has also made him more self-conscious and less secure in his speeches than he normally is. And anyway, he has finally said he is not going to buck the system. He's going to bow out and just complete his term, which ends, of course, in January of 2025. So it's too bad that he won't get a second term. He is 81, and he did a lot for the country during his term. He was the president who started the Juneteenth holiday and festivities, which I think many people enjoy. It's in, of course, June. He has done a lot to immediately. He stopped the war in Afghanistan, where people, Americans and people who were otherwise in the country, were being killed needlessly. America was not getting anything out of that war. And he was criticized by his opponent for stopping the war. That war had gone on for 20 years, and it was just needless. So there was no need to criticize Biden for stopping the war, but he should have been highly praised, as those in the know actually did. And we thank President Biden for stopping the Afghanistan war. He has supported the Affordable Care Act. He has done much for many different issues, and I think that we are in appreciation that he did serve such a good presidency. He stopped the chaos of the Trump era, where there were constant lies and there was a lot of divisiveness and infighting. So it was nice to have a president who was smart, well advised, and honest, not lying, and who kind of brought the country together. I'm going to read what President Biden said here. This is 4 months before the election. So his leaving at this time leaves the Democrats in a very bad position. But Biden said, "It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve as a president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. So, what can we say? Well, we'll review this later. This was not a surprise because the pressure by Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and many people in Congress who were running for re-election or election and felt that they were going to lose a lot of votes and their elections because Biden did not seem to be on a winning path against his opponent, Donald Trump. So, um, thank you for your service, President Biden, and we'll go over this later. What do you think? Like and subscribe.